Hey, this is Hall of Famer Tom Glavine.
This is John Smoltz, and you're listening to Jim on Base.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jim on Base Sports Show. I have another set of interviews from the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament up at the beautiful Edgewood Tahoe Resort and Golf Course. For today's very special guests, we're going to be having two Hall of Famers with the Atlanta Braves in Tom Glavine and John Smoltz, alongside a quick interview with Braves legend and all-star Brian McCann. Hope you enjoy it. Jim on Base Sports Show here in Tahoe, Edgewood. We're with Brian McCann. How's it going today?
It's going great.
And you were teammates with John Smoltz.
Yes.
And is it true you met him when you were 9 years old and now you're golfing with him, his battery mate and everything?
It might have been a little bit older. I might have been 12. But he was the whole reason I stayed in the big leagues. And I had a chance to meet him at 12 years old, one of my idols. And to get a chance to catch him, that was one of the highlights of my career.
Yeah. Well, who's the better golfer, though? That's what everyone wants to know.
Smoltz is way better than me. I'm getting better, though. So we play twice a week back home. But he's a good measure to measure yourself on if you want to come out here and do something.
Well, you did win the World Series a few years back. What do you do with the ring? Is it on lockdown, or what do you do with it?
It's in my closet. Okay. It's in my closet.
Awesome. Well, thanks for some time. Good luck out on the course, and we'll see you throughout the week.
Thank you very much.
All right. So there you have it, a little bit with Brian McCann. And a few hours later, I found myself at the putting green and ran into John Smoltz. Jim on Base Sports Show here. We're live at Tahoe Edgewood. We're with Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner, and a world champion, John Smoltz. How's it going?
It's going great. This is my favorite time of the year, so it can't be going anything but great.
Well, you are a near-scratch golfer, right? So anything to improve upon that, or?
Putting at this golf course with these greens, I don't care how good of a player you are, you got to get a little lucky, you got to be committed, and you got to make some putts.
Yep. Well, in all seriousness, though, does it take a lot of work for you? Have you always been kind of a little bit of a natural at golf, or has it been a challenge?
No, I've loved golf. I've gotten to a point where you hit plateaus, right? I'm getting older, so I'm learning how to average my distance down a little bit. But I love it. It's a passion of mine. I want to play it as long as I can.
Awesome. Well, 95, 96, that was a good little stretch for you, huh?
It was a great stretch. 96, I still have a pit in my stomach because we had a 2-0 lead against the Yankees, and going home, we didn't win another game. That's the probability of that happening. Well, it doesn't matter. It happened. So, but we thought we had back-to-back championships and could have spun that into a 4 out of 5 like they did.
Great memories regardless, though. Who was your toughest hitter that you had to face?
Tony Gwynn was one of the greatest hitters of all time, and just couldn't get him out.
And what was your favorite road park to pitch in?
I love San Diego just because the weather is perfect, and you're always going to get great conditions and never super windy. So for a pitcher, it was like the perfect scenario.
And is that Qualcomm or is that Petco? Or?
It doesn't matter. Just the city of San Diego. And then if not there, I loved the Houston Astrodome, the older Houston Astrodome. Like you could throw a lot of fastballs. They couldn't really. I mean, you had to crush it to get it out.
Well, thanks for stopping. It's good to see you. Wish you a lot of luck this week, and we hope you bring it home. Great stuff there with John Smoltz. And to end the day, I saw Tom Glavine out at the driving range. Here's a little bit with Tom. We have a very special guest today. We have the Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner, the great Tom Glavine.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good. How's the golf game? It's good to see you out here.
It's good. It was good coming out here, but, you start getting in that tournament mode, so you start, doubt starts creeping in, and you're trying to be a little mechanical. So spent some good time today just trying to be a little bit more natural, a little more athletic, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we saw you were teeing off next to Steph Curry, so were you looking at his ball flight, or yours was looking pretty good, though?
No, I was actually listening to his music, so the music was good. It lightened the mood a little bit. Okay. So, I got enough problems trying to figure out what I'm doing. I don't want to be watching other guys and have, ball flight envy, so.
Well, I was watching, you're a lefty, right? So what do you do left-handed? Because we just had Steve Young on, and he throws left but golfs right. And I'm left-handed, writing, eating, shaving, but I throw right, so I'm a little screwed up.
My kids are like that. My wife always feels bad because when somebody asks her, are they lefty or righty, she's not really sure what to say because they do a little bit of everything. But I'm pretty predominantly left-handed. I mean, I threw left-handed, I played golf left-handed, I played hockey left-handed. Okay. Now, the weird stuff, like if I was going to shoot a gun, I would shoot it right-handed. When I play ping pong, I serve right-handed, and then I switch hands. I don't go to my backhand or play left-handed, and I kind of do the same thing in tennis. So I'm a little bit weird in that regard. Basketball left-handed, so predominantly left, but a few I guess more ambidextrous than just straight right-handed.
Okay. And do you have any great special memories when it comes to this tournament? Anything you look forward to in particular?
I think it's just the whole thing in and of itself. It's a great week out here to play golf, bring my family out. It's, over the years, it's been a great vacation. When we first started coming out here, I guess 6 years ago, my boys were a little bit younger, so they were on summer vacation, and they'd come and they'd go fly fishing for 4 days. I wouldn't see them. So, they had yeah. So it's been a good family vacation in that way. And then, being down in the Southeast, it's just nice to get out here and get out of that heat for a little while. So it's good.
Yeah, are you in Georgia then, or?
We're mostly in Florida. Still have a place in Georgia, so we're back in Atlanta quite a bit, but mostly down in North Florida. So it's a little blistery down there right now.
Well, this is nice. It's like low 70s, mid 70s, so it's great weather. Do you keep up much with the Braves still, or do you work with them, or?
I was broadcasting for the last few years, took this year off. I still do radio show in Atlanta, so I have to pay attention a little bit. I can fake my way through it sometimes, but, I watch here and there. It's hard for me to sit down and watch a 9-inning ball game anymore. Yeah. I can sit down and watch 3 or 4 innings at a time, but a whole game, no. But, I know enough to be dangerous. I know the Braves have been really hot. They're playing really well. Their starting rotation's been great, and Dansby Swanson's got himself in the MVP talk, so there's some things are rolling for the Bravos right now.
Well, you've had a couple of Cy Youngs yourself, a World Series ring. Do you have a memorabilia area in your house, or do you kind of just put in storage like some guys? Like, how do you do it?
A little bit of both. I had a lot. I don't have a lot of stuff, but the stuff that I had most of it displayed. And then when the kids started moving out and we downsized, didn't have as much room anymore. So I would say it's half and half now. I've got half of it up somewhere. The stuff obviously that's important to me, things that I did, things that I accomplished, some all-star jerseys, things like that, and then stuff that I have from other guys who I really like, Gretzky, Larry Bird, Bobby Orr, guys like that. But I do have a fair amount of stuff that's tucked in a closet somewhere too, so it's a little bit of both.
Well, you had such a great career. Who was some of the more difficult hitters that come to mind that you had to face?
Well, statistically speaking, you never wanted to face, Tony Gwynn or Barry Bonds with the tying run on second base. But for me, a little-known gentleman by the name of Mike Redmond used to wear me out.
Was he on the Marlins?
He was on the Marlins. Used to wear me out. He would. I wouldn't have been surprised if the day I was pitching, he would send the limo to the hotel to make sure I got to the ballpark because he was going to get 3 hits. So, now it wasn't like he knocked the cover off the ball, but he got his hit. So it's funny how that works. I mean, every time people ask you that question, they think you're going to name some Hall of Famer, right? And I did that with Barry and Tony. Mm-hmm. But as much as you didn't want to see those two guys up there, they didn't hit anywhere near what Redmond hit off of me. So it's kind of go figure.
So if you pitched every day, maybe he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
He might. If he faced me 4 days a week, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
And then what's your favorite road park?
There were a few over the years. Wrigley was always great because it was day games and you got to go to dinner and it was a great city. So that was always fun. Now, if the wind's blowing out, not so fun. So that was, the first thing you always checked. The day you were pitching is you'd look up at the flags walking into the ballpark, and if they were blowing in, you knew it was going to be a pretty good day. So that, Wrigley was always great. Loved pitching in San Diego because the weather was always nice and the air was heavy at night, so the ball didn't travel real far. Those would be a few. And then being from the Northeast, I pitched in Fenway a couple of times, so that was really cool to do that. So there's some good ones.
Well, we're from the Bay Area, so you're not a big Candlestick fan, or?
I actually like Candlestick. I like the new ballpark's fantastic. I really liked pitching in the old ballpark because for the same reason, it was cold, the air was heavy, so it was always a good place to pitch. It's never ideal pitching in cold weather, so to speak, but I know the hitters don't like hitting in it any more than I like pitching in it. So I figured I'd try to at least psychologically use that to my advantage. But again. Same thing. You go to San Francisco from Atlanta in June or July, the weather's pretty darn nice.
Well, I got to say, it's great to have you on. Thanks for stopping by. My parents, went on a trip to New York, and you won your 300th game while they were there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. That's a good memory for them, right? Yeah, cool.
So they brought me back the newspaper, and I still have it as a souvenir. So it's great to have you on. And we're going to be rooting for you this week, and I hope you do well.
Yeah, lots of birdies. Let's hope.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for stopping.
All right, man.
Yeah, good
Enjoyed
to see
it.
you.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
And there you have it. A lot of fun catching up with some Braves legends, Brian McCann, John Smoltz, and Tom Glavine, out at the American Century Championship Celebrity Golf Tournament. They do a lot of good helping raise money to cure cancer, and it's all done at the beautiful Edgewood Tahoe Resort. Hope you enjoyed it.